Once upon a time, in a small, forgotten town, there stood an old, decrepit house at the end of a winding road. The townsfolk whispered tales of its dark past, claiming it was haunted by the spirits of those who had met their demise within its walls. One stormy night, a group of adventurous teenagers dared each other to spend the night inside the haunted house. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they crept through the creaking front door, which groaned as if warning them to turn back. As they explored the dimly lit rooms, strange noises echoed through the halls, whispers that seemed to come from nowhere, and the sound of footsteps following them, though they were alone. The bravest among them, Jake, suggested they split up and cover more. In the attic, Jake stumbled upon an old trunk. Curiosity piqued. He opened it, revealing a collection of faded photographs and a diary belonging to a girl named Eliza. Her entries spoke of a love that turned to obsession and of a dark figure that haunted her dreams. As he read, the temperature in the room dropped and a chilling breeze swept through the attic, extinguishing his flashlight. Panicking, Jake fumbled for his phone, but the screen flickered and went dark. In the suffocating darkness, he felt a presence behind him. Meanwhile, the others searched the lower floors, unaware of Jake's growing terror. Sarah, in the living room, noticed a portrait on the wall. The woman in the painting bore an uncanny resemblance to Eliza. As she reached out to touch it, the eyes of the portrait seemed to follow her. The group reconvened, shaken by their experiences. They decided to leave, but as they made their way to the front door, it slammed shut, trapping them inside. Panic set in as the whispers grew louder and shadows danced along walls. In a desperate bid for escape, they ran through the halls, but the house twisted and turned, leading them in circles. One by one, they were separated, each facing their own nightmare. Jake, still in the attic, felt the weight of unseen hands gripping him. The next morning, the townsfolk found the house empty, but the whispers continued to echo through the air, a haunting reminder of the night the brave teenagers dared to confront the darkness within. And the house stood silent, waiting for its next visitors. We lived in a remote farmhouse, away from others. It was summer, with no air conditioning upstairs. I slept with windows open, my room above the deck. At 1 a.m., our dog barked, then quickly settled. Then, I heard a faint knocking on the door. Frozen with fear, I knew I had to look. A tall man in a trench coat was knocking. He used something in his hand, not his hand. I carefully woke my mom, then struggled waking Dad. Dad, armed, looked down to see the man. The man jiggled the door, suspiciously but quietly. With defenses, we headed downstairs to confront him. Dad firmly questioned the man about his intent. The man feigned drunkenness, wanting a ride. Dad retorted, noticing the trench coat's oddness. As police arrived, the man fled across the field,